This is my first time visiting my mother country. Visiting Korea has been such an emotional experience for me. On one hand, I feel so connected to my identity for the first time, which my spirit has been yearning for. On the other hand, by being immersed in this country's history, my heart continues to break from the injustice of our country's past. The definition of history is the connection of past events. In my opinion, what we are gathered here for today is not for historical events. It is the present. The ongoing suffering and injustice experienced by comfort women is a current issue. The impacts of Japanese imperialism is a current issue. People who have suffered at the hands of Japanese colonization are still here. Those who have suffered and passed on leave behind painful memories which still exist. These victims' families are still here. All of these will remain current issues until the Japanese government takes full accountability for its crimes. Until this day comes, comfort women's issues are ever present, and they will continue to remain present-day issues, not historical issues. Back in Canada, I am a teacher. I teach Canadian history to middle and high school students. Our government is not perfect, and neither is our education system, but we are trying our best to educate the next generation about the suffering of our Indigenous peoples and how we can make amends for the past. The healing has begun in Canada. However, in Korea, I believe many of us are unable to heal due to a lack of effort made by the Japanese government to educate their next generation about the crimes they committed against our people. Perhaps their government thinks that those of the older generation have passed on. They think that the people of the young generation and future generation will forget about their crimes. I'm here to tell you that that is not true. We will continue to stand up for justice as our ancestors have done. It is my dream that eventually all students will learn about the crimes committed by Imperial Japan. However, my greatest hope is that the Japanese government will take full accountability for its crimes and take the responsibility to educate their own population about these crimes. Please know that there are people fighting for your cause in all corners of the world. I might not speak your language, I might not have experienced your experiences, and I might not feel your pain, but we all come from a line of ancestors who fought against injustice against our people. I will continue to speak up for you and educate others about the crimes committed against our people, against those whose innocence was taken away and replaced by a lifetime of shame and pain. I believe that there are people like me whose blood boils at the thought of injustice, and we will continue this fight until justice is restored. There's one last thing I would like to address. While I have spoken about the heinous acts committed by Imperial Japan in the past, I must address the continuous acts of imperialism committed by the Japanese government against our independent and sovereign nation. Such examples include the refusal to acknowledge and compensate victims of wartime labor and releasing nuclear wastewater from the Fukushima disaster into the Pacific Ocean. Japan continues to raise its imperial flag during military events. This would be considered a crime in countries like Germany. I want nothing more than these issues to be considered history, but how can I when imperialism continues to be perpetrated against our sovereign nation? Thank you. 감사합니다.
군사 행사에 우길기 개양이 그런 것입니다. 감히 어떻게 그럴 수가 있겠습니까? 우길기를 버젓이 세우고 들어온다는 게 말이 됩니까? 말도 안 되죠. 너무너무 화가 납니다. 정말 화가 납니다. 이런 짓거리는 독일에서는 이웃 나라에 대한 범죄로 간주됩니다. 크라임, 범죄입니다.